Good evening and welcome to Just Event Online News at 9. I am Rashidat Murano. The news headlines. Federal government renews commitment to ending torture, upholding human rights. ECOWAS Parliament moves to adopt AI for legislative efficiency.
KCC Pharmaceuticals mark World Pharmacists Day with free health checks in Ilorin.
Federal government aims on skills to drive nation's future. Custom pledge support for South-South Development Commission. EFCC meets medias, CSOs on fight against corruption. Federal government unveils Livestock Academy. Governor Eno seeks youth council support. Federal government predict downpour, flooding in 15 states. Now the news in details. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to eradicating torture and upholding human rights across all tension and law enforcement institutions in line with domestic laws and international obligations. Delivering a keynote address yesterday at a sensitization workshop organized for law enforcement agencies in Abuja, Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice, Mrs. B.E. Jedi Agba, underscored the urgent need for institutional reforms to end torture and inhuman treatment in detention facilities nationwide. This gathering is not merely a formality, it is a testament to our collective resolve to build a more just, humane, and rights-respecting society, she stated. Calling on agencies to embrace the workshop as an opportunity to deepen their understanding of anti-torture principles and obligations under the optional protocol to the Convention Against Torture. The Parliament of the Economic Society of West African States has moved to adopt artificial intelligence as a tool to enhance efficiency in the legislative functions of the regional parliamentary body. This was disclosed by the Speaker of the Regional Legislature, Right Honorable Memunatu Ibrahim, in her remarks during the closing ceremony of the 2025 Second Parliamentary Seminar in Port Harcourt, Rivers State on Wednesday, with the theme Enhancing Artificial Intelligence for Parliamentary Efficiency, Ethical Governance and Development in the ECOWAS region. The three-day seminar featured presentation by experts, panel discussion, and robust debate by the parliamentaries on the importance of technology to the legislative functions, as well as emphasis on the regulatory framework on Margaret Weeks.
As part of activities to commemorate World Pharmacists Day, KCC Pharmaceuticals Limited, Ilorin, on Thursday, September 25th, 2025, organized free health checks for residents of Kwara State and its staff. The exercise held at the company's office along Okohiri Road, Ilorin, featured blood pressure, body mass index, and blood sugar level tests under the theme Think Health, Think Pharmacist. Speaking with Just Event Online TV, the Chief Executive Officer of KCC Pharmaceuticals Limited, Pharmacist Adeniyi Adebayo, explained that this year's program marks the second edition of the free health checks. He said the initiative was designed to raise public awareness of the critical role pharmacists play in healthcare delivery globally. The exercise is part of our corporate social responsibility. It is to remind our staff and community members that pharmacies are central to healthcare. We want people to make regular checks a habit instead of waiting until they break down completely. In fact, for those above 40 or 45 years, routine checks should be a priority, Pharmacist Adebayo advised.
So today is World Pharmacists Day, and currently we are in front of KCC Pharmaceuticals Limited. By God's grace, I'm the CEO of the company, and I'm also a pharmacist. So it's just a good thing for us to commemorate this day with pharmacists around the globe. We did the same thing last year, this second edition of this outreach. So what we are trying to do is, if you look at the theme of this year's World Pharmacist Day, the theme is Think Health, Think Pharmacists. So we are trying to make the people know, in line or in alignment with FIP's, to make people know that pharmacists are very relevant when it comes to healthcare. And it's not just about dispensing or just sitting down behind it, we also contribute to the society. So what KCC is doing today is to show that as a pharmaceutical company, we identify with the role and relevance of pharmacists in healthcare and globally. And that's what we are doing today.
Also speaking, a staff pharmacist, Akinpelu, emphasized that the theme of this year's celebration underscores the need for people to take their health seriously. He noted that basic checks, such as those provided by KCC, help individuals to identify potential risks early and make necessary lifestyle adjustments.
As pharmacists, we are healthcare professionals, and this is our own way of giving back to the society. Now, if you see, our theme for this year says, Think Health, Think Pharmacists. Now, we're making people understand the importance of taking their health seriously. And that's why you see we're having them do some basic health parameters like their blood pressure, their BMI, that's of course body mass index that relates your weight to your height. That way you're able to see whether you have a healthy weight or an unhealthy weight, as the case may be. Of course, you are either underweight, you have a normal weight, or you are overweight or obese. So that way you're able to make informed decision about your health. And ultimately, that's what we're doing today, to ensure that the populace here in Ilorin, as well as some staff of KCC, are also able to understand the impact of living healthy.
One of the beneficiaries, Malam Yusuf Olaya, expressed gratitude to KCC Pharmaceuticals for their initiative, praying for the continued success of the company and its effort to promote community health.
The federal government has reiterated its dedication to prioritizing skills over paper qualification, stressing that technical and vocational education will drive Nigerian future workforce. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, stated this in Abuja during a costly visit by the Executive Secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, Prof. Idris Muhammad, and Executive of the Creative Media Sector Skills Council, led by its chairperson, Fatima Ilorin. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeni, has pledged the service full support for the South-South Development Commission, saying the new body could serve as a driver of regional economic growth through strategic collaboration with customs. According to a recent statement by the National Public Relations Officer of the service, Abdullahi Adeni, made the disclosure when the DSS Managing Director, Osoro, led a team on a costly visit to the Custom House in Abuja. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ola Olukayode, has reiterated the need for collaboration and deep understanding of issues involved in tackling economy and financial crimes and other acts of corruption as potent tools of achieving sustainable affairs in the state. He stated this in Abuja at the 2025 EFCC Media and Civil Service Organization Capacity Building Workshop. Olukayode, who was represented by the Director of Public Affairs, Wilson, stated that the Commission pledged strong values and significance on building collaboration and mutual understanding with all stakeholders. The federal government has launched the ABIS Livestock Academy, a strategic platform for knowledge transfer and technical training in Nigerian livestock sector. This initiative is part of a broader plan to modernize the industry and strengthen global competitiveness. Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Mahi, speaking at the National Livestock Transformation Dialogue in Abuja, reaffirmed the government's commitment to transforming livestock production through innovation, structured value chains, and international collaboration. Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Umar Eno, has urged the newly elected leadership of the state chapter of the National Youth Council of Nigeria to synergize with his administration and prioritize sentiment in order to advance the cause of his Arise agenda. While receiving the newly inaugurated youth leaders, the governor said he was very particular about the youth development, hence his administration decision to put a separate ministry for youth development. He urged the council chairman to strive to leave positive footprints. The federal government has warned of heavy rainfall and possible flooding in 15 states and 69 communities between September 24th and 28th, 2025. The National Flood Early Warning Center of the Ministry of Environment disclosed this in an alert issued on Wednesday, signed by the Director of the Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department. According to the advisory, flooding is likely in parts of Adamawa, Anambra, Bayelsa, Borno, Delta, Edo, Imo, Kano, Katsina, Ondo, Oyo, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, and Zamfara states. Specific areas include Yola, Wari, Benin City, Kano, Akure, Oyo, etc., among others. That is all on Just Event Online News at 9. Here is the recap of the news headlines. Federal government renews commitment to ending torture and upholding human rights. ECOWAS Parliament moves to adopt AI for legislative efficiency.
KCC Pharmaceuticals mark World Pharmacists Day with free health checks in Ilorin.
Federal government acts on skills to drive nation's future. Custom pledge support for South-South Development Commission. EFCC meets media, CSOs on fight against corruption. Federal government unveils Livestock Academy. Governor Eno seeks youth council support. Federal government predicts downpour, flooding in 15 states. Remember, a locked mine holds no treasure, no matter how rich the soil is. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com. And to read more updates, follow us on our social media platform with a tap at Just Event Online. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Rashidat Murano. Good night.